Pat Hansen with HarTru, and I'm here in Atherton, California on this beautiful sunny day, and I'm with Jeff Ralston,
hey, Pat,
who has been the owner of a ClayTech court as his home court, and we were just doing a little work on the court, refreshing it today, and I wanted to ask you a couple of questions about your decision to get ClayTech and what you think about the surface. So maybe you can start off and say, how long have you had the court?
we've had the court for just over 4 years.
4 years, nice. And what were some things that spurred you to go for ClayTech?
Well, I was actually going to redo my entire court. I had a hard court here for over a decade. Huh. And it was a weird court. It was 105 feet by 55 feet, and I wanted to make it a full-size 120-foot court, so I had to change.
Yeah.
So I was going to change it, and I was thinking of what new surface to put on when my friend Paul Allen, who happens to be filming here, told me about this new surface, ClayTech. And it had the advantages of clay without the disadvantages, and I was a little skeptical, but it turned out that friends just across town actually had a ClayTech court, so I got a chance to play on it, and I loved the surface.
Yeah.
And it really spurred me to think about my future playing tennis. Yeah. Because when I play on clay, and I play a lot on clay, there's a local club that has a bunch of clay courts, it just feels better. I feel like I can play for hours and hours, yeah, and just not have all the pains and aches that I have after playing on a hard court for that much time.
Yeah.
It's a factor of getting a little bit older.
Yep.
And I thought, wow, if I had a clay court, I could play so much longer, but I really don't want to deal with the maintenance. And ClayTech kind of solved that for me. So that ended up spurring me on to the decision.
Okay, so if I hear you correctly, you found that it had all the comforts of the comfort that a regular clay court provided, but this has been a little easier to take care of. It's been what, less complicated? What is the difference?
It's been not complicated at all. It's been great. It's got an automatic watering system, but you don't even need to water it that much. If you water it, the clay settles a little better, but I find you can turn it off for weeks at a time and it still works great.
Yeah.
I never have a problem with playability. As we did this morning, we put more clay on, and the court's fantastic and beautiful.
Yeah.
But it plays beautiful and consistent in almost any condition, and that's really the best part of it. You don't get bad bounces.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of variation in bounces, which is just fun.
Yeah.
But in general, bounces are consistent. The play is consistent, and it's one of the softest courts you'll ever play on.
Yeah.
In fact, it's on top of a soft hard court, so this is actually softer than
cushion.
clay. It's got extra cushion. It's really it's a beautiful experience to play on it.
So California is certainly known as more of a hard court market than a clay court market, and I bet you've had a few people over here to play. What have been their reactions to this surface?
I have to say, people all love it. And the people who love it most are people around my age. I play with a variety of folks from in their 20s to folks in their 50s, and it turns out that the older folks increasingly want to play here.
Yeah.
In fact, I have a friend that I play most with who just lives a mile down the street, and he has a hard court, and we tend to go back and forth. Where do you want to play today? And increasingly, he's like, let's just play at your place. It's better. It's a fun clay court experience, and it's from a workout perspective, it's a great workout without any of the downsides of the pounding that you get on a hard court.
Cool. Well, Jeff, thank you for talking with us today. If you want to learn more about ClayTech, you can visit allweatherclay.com. That's the place to get all the information. And thanks again.
Good to see you, Pat.